But once they have signed with a particular provider, we remain as what is called secondary support. So, for example, if you ever have an outage and that provider doesn't pick up the phone for whatever reason, you can call us and we will do our very best to put you in front of that provider right next minute.
And so you have like some kind of customer service call center that handles those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean we have our own company phone numbers, but initially it needs to go to the provider, right? Is they're the ones providing the infrastructure. We are like a fallback option, if you will.
Okay. Is there a plan to do anything besides telecom in the future, like expand whatever you're doing?
We're doing a lot of things that are beyond telecom. So in the realm of IT, we're distributing cybersecurity, we're distributing IoT, we're distributing AI for the enterprise, digital twins, even if a financial sector company needs to integrate blockchain infrastructure, we can match them or provide them with options on, you know, institutional level quality providers for that.
So would you say you're a sales company, a AI company, a tech company? Like what kind of company would you say you are?
Um, I would say think about it as an advisory company, where our role is to become the trusted advisor of anyone who has an IT or telecom need. Then gather their requirements and needs and vision and wants. Based on that, provide them with some options. Tell them the good, the bad, and the ugly of every single option to the best that we can, because our goal is for that person to be satisfied with whatever they choose. And why? Because the next time that they have another need, we also would like for them to come to us. So trust is very important, and us doing good for our accounts and customers is very important because that's the only way that the business is sustainable.
So you've been in business for 2 years. It feel like y'all have like very fast growth, right? But have you gone like as fast as you wanted? It's like not fast enough. Of course, it's always not fast enough, right? But
And it's never as fast as you want.
yeah.
The world moves at a different pace than we would all would like it to be. And sometimes, there's a lot of factors that are external to you, and sometimes life also comes into play, right? Um, but I think what it truly matters is that we're doing the best that we can, and we're doing good work, and we see very satisfied customers that sometimes they said, "Wow, like that was very, very good. What else do you guys do? What else do you guys can you help me with?" And that's some of the best things that you can hear from an account.
So one time I was surprised that like you mentioned you might recommend Lumen or Verizon or AT&T. I always think like your Lumen, you would say, hey, SoundNet, like only use me, right? Like they wouldn't want any competition, right? Don't. Why am I being compared with like AT&T, Verizon? How do these companies say no? It's actually good for you to do the pros and cons versus your competition.
Well, that's a different business model, right? So there's companies that they distribute only for a particular company. So they distribute only Lumen or they distribute only AT&T. And they distribute only one thing, right? They might only distribute network or they might only distribute voice over IP. We are in the opposite approach. We distribute a ton of things, like 1,300 companies times the number of products and services that they have, which is a huge number. So the way to stay organized is with a good database and your architects, solutions architects, always up to date with everything that there's in that portfolio, right? But our business model is to provide people with options, right? As opposed to one single one. That's the business model that we have chosen, and we believe is the right one and the one that plays out at the end the best for the customer.
And y'all do this like pose it in the year, right? And I'll make this up. Pose there's in some industries like company 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the end of the year, you like compare them all. Like, okay, customer like company number 3, they didn't make their scores. Like customer service was bad. All this stuff like really bad. We like drop them off, or you just keep them as a partner no matter what.
Um, we might give them as a partner just as the courtesy, but they might never win a deal, and they might never even be presented as an option in any deal.
And you tell them that you're gonna drop them off, sort of, kind, or just you just keep it to yourself.
Um, well, if they ask,
Okay.
we will have a very transparent conversation of things that need to improve for us to bring them into deals.
Okay. So next, we'll go back to sound in a minute, but let's talk about networking, right? So me and you actually met at a sound networking event, right? And we're like, I seen this podcast before. Like, so Jaime invited me to it. Right? I know Jaime before he invited me, right? So my calendar, the day I was like, man, I was tired. Like you know, it's all the way of the war that I think World Trade Center place up here, whatever it was. Man, Uber's like $10,000. You know, do I really want to walk half a mile and a half? Right? I was just, you know, they just like I don't want to see no people. I said, man, I told you I was gonna go, right? So I went there, right? And I met like so many people, right? With no expectations, like me, you, Andre, Michelle, Karen, Cody, right? I think I have like seven, 8 really good connections, right? So talk about the importance of networking and putting yourself out there.
Well, that's good. That's great to hear, first of all. So thank you for that. Yeah, we put a lot of care in the events that we host. All of them have the goal of people having fun at them, right? So even the titles that we put with most of the credit of all of the titles of the events goes to Andre. Business and Bourbon, Tech and Tequila, you know, all of those. But the goal is for people to have fun. Also, you know, do business, right? Business is important too. But there needs to be some sort of value that is provided, right? It cannot be a one-way street of asking, hey, I want your business, that's it, right? Like that's one-way street. We try to provide two-way streets where people have fun, they expand their network, they expand their knowledge, and then hopefully, if they have an IT and telecom need, they come to us because we are a free IT resource and we will present them with options.
So you're gonna laugh at this, right? I'm kind of slow sometimes, but for the whole night, I thought it was Tech Death ILA. I didn't get to tequila connection to like when I was walking like, oh shit, Jason, you're fucking dumb as fuck, right? What the fuck's wrong with you, right? And like, yeah, I thought it was like I couldn't get it. What's the tech? What's the ILA stand for? I didn't get it right. And that's like, Jason, you big dummy. It's tequila. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm probably the only person in the whole room didn't get that.
Yeah, tequila. Yeah.
Yeah, and y'all do those like what once a quarter, I think.
You know, we do them whenever we can, because the rhythm of business sometimes is very hectic and it doesn't allow us to host events. But when we were on a roll, we probably did once a month. Now probably it's looking more like once a quarter at the current stage that we're at.
And do you change locations or is it always in the same location?
We change locations.
Okay.
Yeah, we change locations. We typically go to the ones that we like the most working with. Or, you know, again, we provide value both ways, right? And hopefully there's one coming up with a very cool group in town that everyone knows about. That is very, very fun, and we're working on that one.
Nice. When do you think that one will be?
Hopefully September.
Okay, a little ways out. So what are some keys? Like I have no idea how much you involved you with like the actual like the work putting the event together. Like what are some keys like of doing a good event?
Doing a good event, I think the atmosphere and the space is very important. Good food and good drinks always help, of course, right? What is the type of people that you put in the room that is the most important, right? Because if you put, you know, very unfriendly people all together in a room, even if it's sheer numbers, probably nobody's gonna have fun.
Yeah, we've all been to events, especially like your event, a networking event, like no one talks to you, everyone's a little cliches, right?
Right.
But one thing, like your event, like at least 7 people came to me just talk to me, right? Had no idea the word, like that, like this never happens here in Seattle, right?
We try to bring good people.
Yeah, like everyone just started talking to me, like I started talking to people, just a vibe started flowing, like you know.
Connecting good people.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, connecting good people.
I did a good job of that.
Thank you.
And of course, you know, you do events that you know give back to your community, but what do y'all get out of the events too? Do you actually ever get any customers out of it, or?
Yeah, so hopefully, when someone has a tech and telecom need, they come to us. They remember us, and they say, "Oh, you know, like these guys said that when I needed cyber, when I needed network, when I needed IoT or expense management or anything else that I could come to them and it would cost me anything.